What is up? What's going on? It's your boy Devon here again with another vlog. It's been a minute. I've honestly I've been thinking about my idea, like what I'm gonna do for my next video, content wise. And I just thought what better title, what better way to start than sharing a little secret. How is someone able to go and get, I don't even know how many, 15, 18 cars with $6,000. And a lot of people will think, oh, well, he just got a bunch of crap. I just went to like the salvage yard, paid the guy $6,000 and took everything. No, that's not what happened. I've got brand new vehicles. As an investment, I usually will not get something brand new, but I bit the bullet with the 2022 Honda Civic Touring because that's gonna last a very long time, and I have the only one in Texas. They aren't even gonna be making those anymore because of what happened this past year. Production and everything has been slowed down. So what I got is a steal for the people who want to judge me. For the other people, the other cars I have are pretty much brand new, 2018, really 2019. Unless it's something that I think is going to be a classic, then I'm going to go for something much older than that. But yeah, it's, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that happens that goes on that a lot of people don't get the time or the resources or the knowledge to take advantage of. You know, I typically hardly ever would have to put money down on a vehicle, unless it's like a special circumstance. Heck, of that 6,000, I think 3,000 of that was pretty much just to save my time so that I can go ahead and get that freaking Maserati SUV. But, a lot of people, they only know what they know. And so I've been doing marketing for the past really 17 years, and I've been involved with credit. Not like these credit repair agencies. Oh, I'm gonna boost your score 100 points, let you get a house. Like, credit is not just about the score. People, like, there's people out there who have much higher score than me but cannot even come close to getting what I have because of how much power my credit has, because of the history. I have a good history of paying everything on time. I'm never late. And with the amounts that I'm paying too is going to be better than someone who has a higher score. But when you got about 15 grand worth of payments every single month that are reported on your credit, you are now in a different caliber. A lot of people might have 1,000 to 2,000 for the house, maybe another 1,000, maybe another 2,000 for a car if they're really balling, right? So at most they might have 4,000 a month, but that's not my case. I have really high limits, and I have established such a strong history. When you got credit cards with the limit's 100,000, you're not gonna be as irresponsible as someone who has $100 or $1,000 limit. It's super easy to max that out. But even still, it's like when you're able to utilize that and then boom, pay it off. I've got a lot of knowledge, people. I have a lot of knowledge, and my knowledge extends far past, oh, hey, what do you do for a living? I do a lot of things. I own an international marketing company. We're taking off more and more every day, clients all over the world. I have 10 other businesses. In addition to, every day I'm actually figuring out another business to start. So I don't necessarily need people. I like people. I want to have people in my circle, but unlike most of these guys, these gurus out here, I don't need people. That's why you don't see me advertising on social media. That's why you don't see me advertising on Google, because in reality, all I need is time. And with enough time and with my skill set, I'm going to corner whatever market there is. So yeah, I'm a very useful resource and connection for a lot of people, because unless we become business partners, I'm coming into your market and I'm gonna take over. That's just how it is. Unless there's really no need for it. But just going out and about, like when I'm buying cars, just because I'm not dressed up in designer everything, I could go drop 8,000 on Louis. Doesn't mean I need to wear it every single place that I go. And just because I don't wear it every single place that I go, doesn't mean I should be treated any less. So I purposely will dress down and not be, you know, looking fly all the time, just so I know who is in my circle, just so I know who really has my back or my interest. Because as soon as I pull up in something nice, right? I got the Porsche, the Corvette, Mercedes, Range Rover, multiple Range Rovers. Like, no matter what I pull up in, is gonna make a statement. And the fact that I can pull up every single day, with 4 or 5 cars that day, is a statement in and of itself. If I don't have something yet, it's probably for a reason. It's because there's something else that is more pressing than me trying to show off for someone else. So I want people to be inspired by that. I want people to realize that just because people in your environment don't see your value doesn't mean that you don't have value. In fact, it's so far from the opposite. The less people see that you have value, the more value you actually have, and they're actually just trying to keep it. They're trying to sweep it under the rug, right? And that's what people do. Is when there's these rough diamonds out there, they want diamonds that are perfectly cut. But you go overseas, those rough diamonds, the ones that are actually in the dirt, in the mud, are worth more, right? You can mold those, you can cut those diamonds into something a lot more unique and meaningful. But the fact that it hasn't been touched by someone else yet is a lot more powerful. And it's the same thing with society, Just because you don't have a college degree, just because even if you don't have any work experience, that's even better. You're a diamond in the rough. All you need is to find the right jeweler, right? The right person who's going to cut it the right way, show you how and exactly where you can shine. So I've had a lot of people, even close people, tell me, just focus on my business. Stop reaching out to people. Stop trying to help people, etc. I could do a lot farther. I could go a lot farther, do a lot more if I just focus on myself. And I do that. I do it all the time. But if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So, and it's been my calling for a while, is just kind of building an army of people who are very like-minded. I used to say not broke people, but at the end of the day, the concept and the idea of broke is actually kind of a good thing. There's a reason why Mark Zuckerberg still shops at Walmart for his clothes. There's a reason why a lot of successful people, aren't spending their last dime on designer stuff. There's a reason why there's videos out there of Chad Ochocinco, multi-million-dollar NFL football player. There's a reason why he doesn't, or at least he says he doesn't, go and buy like a brand new Rolex, right? He has no problem with admitting that he'll use a fake. Why? It's because people already know who he is. So what does he have to prove to anyone else? So when I do that stuff, it's because my thought process has always been to make my appearance presentable to my market, meaning that if I were selling a home, if I was selling a multi-million dollar home, I'm not going to show up in, a really old beat up Pinto. I'm not going to show up in, um, a punch buggy or a PT Cruiser. No, I'm going to show up in something nice, possibly even nicer than my potential client, because at the end of the day, society's crap about the customer always being right is garbage. Okay? I mean, to me, the customer is never right. My clients are never right. That's why they come to me. Because if they were right, they wouldn't need me. So I think a lot of people need to realize that if the people were always right, they would not be there. They would be somewhere else getting it done or doing it themselves. So I have a reverse way of thinking, but you know what? I'm very grateful for it. I'm highly grateful for it. Can see people can see me for for who they think I am, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I know what I have. There's a reason why I'm not showing too much. There's a reason why I use a plain white background here in my office. Um, I'm not going to reveal too much too soon. You know, you can either take my words as what they are, or you can just hear what I'm saying and think it's a bunch of bullcrap like everybody else that you listen to on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people out there are full of themselves. A lot of people out there are full of crap, but you got to listen to that inner voice in your head. Listen to the energy that's within your heart. Like, we know right from wrong, regardless of what our parents, regardless of what school taught us, we've always known. That's how connected we are on this world, on this planet. But when you do that, you'll be unstoppable. Let alone have someone. See, the thing about success is people think it's capped, like it's limited for some reason. No. The reason why I want to mentor and coach people is because at the end of the day, I am one man. There's only but 24 hours in a day. And even if I work every single one of those hours, multiple days a week, which I do, I can only get so much done. But if I'm able to take someone and literally make them more successful, put them in a place to where they have infinite possibilities, they're not going to turn around and stab me in the back for a little piece of chump change. They're actually going to contribute to the greater good of the collective. Then what more could I ask for? At that point, I'll probably be able to get more sleep, right? If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Well, if I go ahead and I teach people and I guide them and I train them, I mean, I'll be able to get more sleep. I'll be able to travel. I have the means. I've had the means for a long time to go travel the world, see, and do a lot of things, but I'm pretty much stuck by circumstance because I don't trust people. And I feel like a lot of people in today's world should have that same mindset of not trusting people. Because I used to trust everything I heard. I used to just trust what people told me. And it would always put me in a bind. I would always give people my last, whether it's the clothes on my back, the last bit of money, food, whatever. I always took the route of believing people for what they told me. Simply because I'm the type of person, I only mean what I say and say what I mean. Literally. I'm a huge believer in speaking things into existence. So, I mean, with that, it's like I cannot say anything negative. And if I do, I have to instantly reverse my way of thinking, rebuke those statements, and banish them. Right? You can't necessarily take stuff back, but you can take actions, of ways to sort of recoup your loss. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. When I talk about my possessions, when I talk about my accomplishments, I don't want it to be with a bunch of people who think I'm just bragging, because that's a waste of breath, that's a waste of time. I want people to hear what I say, look at the things that I have, and be inspired and be motivated by it. And guess what? In a few years, you'll be right there with me. We'll be having going back and forth, just not bragging, but at least glorifying, praising our hard work, right? Showing other people what's possible. That's it. That's it. There's no get rich quick scheme. There never has been. It's literally a matter of grind. How much sleep are you willing to lose for yourself? Are you okay? You're okay with being a slave to a system. You're okay with being a slave to paper. You're okay with being a slave to paper. Now let somebody tell you that you can go and be a slave for yourself, and they'll be the one that's crazy.